Alright, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Disney Sorcerer Arena. So this is what I told you to save your currency for. We have the token thing, and the side campaign for limited time. You can see here that this is mad-headed, and I've saved up almost, or now we're officially over 500 currency. And I've actually got my Grand Campaign energy saved up a little bit. And we're going to go ahead in here and we're going to look at the tunes that I have selected for this particular thing. I don't know. I have not done that yet. I did this thing on the other tunes, but we need so I think we're on good terms with these two because they're done. We can finish Caterpillar quickly, I'm sure. So here's what I'm going to do. For this particular event, we're just going to take these guys off of who we're working on. Make sure that we don't erase accidentally unfavorite guys that need to be worked on. Gantu we need for, what's his name? Sven we don't need Esmeralda, we don't need Sally. We don't need Frozone, even though he is a, can't farm Maleficent. Morty we can do. Tiana we can't do. Because she's not farmable. So that leaves us Eeyore's still on the list. So who does that leave on the list? Good, nice lineup here. So let's just go where they are and see if we can farm them. And I'm going to show you how to do this if you're not familiar. So we need 21 fragments of Caterpillar. So you can see that gets a bonus. And Caterpillar is only available in the Alice in Wonderland side campaign. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and see how far we're going to tackle. We're going to target Caterpillar specifically, and we're going to go and see how many hits we can get. So we got 2 already. And that brings us down to 17 because we got 4. That brings us to 15 because we got 6. 13. And that's going to be the end of our Grand Campaign energy today. Grand Campaign energy you want to be careful about because it costs 100 to refresh. So now, if you have it open, we can go over to the regular campaign node. You can use all 48. We got another 4. So we need 8 more. So this Caterpillar farm is not going to be very long. Go ahead and refresh it because it's 50 to refresh. And didn't get any hits there, of course. We're down to 7 that we need. Got to refresh again. Still haven't refreshed energy because we still playing with house money, still playing with the energy we saved. So we have not had to refresh energy. And we need 1 more. And let's go ahead and finish him. We're going to just tiptoe into the 100. And we got him done. Okay. So, only needed 21. Took a little bit longer than I would have liked. Of course, but we didn't end up spending any refreshes on energy because I had that left over. So we're going to go ahead and do this because I can. Caterpillar is done, so we can take him off of the favorite list. So who we have left is we have Gantu. He's sort of in the same boat. So we're going to go ahead and see how far we can get with Captain Gantu. And the reason why we need Captain Gantu is because he's not unlike Caterpillar, who's a member who you need for the Tigger thing. You need Captain Gantu to be able to get to Captain America. We're going to go ahead and refresh the hits here. We did spend, probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever. So that's 2, 4, 8, 10. Okay, so 10. And we're done with those campaigns. And now we can come over to the regular nodes and we can go do a hit. Didn't get any there. That's fine. Still using regular energy. Got 2 more, so now we're down to 14 we need. 12, of course. 20 more. I don't know why I said 14. Now we're down to 14. Gotta be very careful. Now we're out of our energy, so we're gonna have to start spending our money, our own. So you see how much energy we had saved up, which is over 500. So now we're just getting into the refreshes where we have to refresh our own energy. So that's a real good pile of gems we just saved by fishing this, and we're gonna go stay here and finish Gantu unless it gets super expensive. And we're still in the hundreds, and we need 4 more. Need 2 more. Oh, so we don't want to go over. So we don't want to go into 400, but we finished them. And so what we managed to do is we've managed to finish 2 characters that we didn't finish on day 1, and we've had to spend barely any energy for them. Unfortunately, we have 7.2 million. You might not, but I do, so I'm gonna save it. And now we're on to ones that are going to take much more effort. So we're going to start with the lifter unit, the one that you need to be able to enable your Tigger thing. So, obviously, you need to do who's going to be best for you. You could have very easily started with Eeyore. I hope you do. We don't have any more of the Grand Campaign energy, so I'm not going to refresh it. But we are going to go into the villain node here. I'm going to attack that. We've got 63, so we're going to hit this a couple of times. I'm not, obviously not going to be able to go very far with him. But I mean, so I'm going to show you how far I do these. Just so you know, and if you don't, and we have to watch our energy, obviously, so I'm probably not going to be able to do too many of these. But getting Gantu done and getting Caterpillar done, that's 2 less that we have to worry about in the future. So even if I do end up running out of energy, which I'm going to go ahead and spend all of this energy, well, you know what? Maybe I won't. Maybe we'll just use the 50s for the fact that I can come back tomorrow and do some more. And then what I'll do is I'll pause the video and we'll jump over to another account. And we can do that stuff over there. So we're into the hundreds, so I'm good. Got them up enough. Can come back tomorrow, can hit some more on Eeyore. But now what we can do, so we got Eeyore promotion. So that makes him just, that much closer, makes him that much more usable. The next time the event comes around, obviously we would take him to 35, gear him up a little bit for the next time the Winnie the Pooh event comes around. But obviously, it's good that we got him a rank. All right. So we're going to Our next one's going to be Mordu, because Mordu is right there too. Right on the edge of a promotion. Thing about Mordu, I talked about it before. If you've done your kingdom stuff, obviously, you've got Maleficent done. You've got your kingdom stuff. He's here in the tournament exchange. If you're sitting on, I can pop this, do this. Should probably start now because I've got almost 1 million, so it's not going to kill me. But he's there. But otherwise, he's here in this node. And we're just going to do like we did with good old Eeyore. We're just going to do the 50s, and then after we do the 50s, we're going to come back tomorrow. Why is that 100? I don't know why that's 100 already. I don't know. It is. All right, so that's going to be it for today. The good news is that we got 2 tunes done. We got a promotion for two other tunes, and then we'll come back tomorrow, and I'll run this again. And obviously, if you have more, you're sitting on gems, but I'm only over 1,000, so I have to be very careful with how I use them. So I'm going to spread this out over a couple of days. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and switch to another character, and we'll do the attempts on that character. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're back on another account. This is SK. You can see here that he's got a couple more gems. This is Saskatoon, the oldest book, the one that I did the video talking about who I was going to attack. And here you see we have the candidates that I talked about in the video. We're going to jump in with the low-hanging fruit here once again, that being Eve. Once again, if you're done with Eve, then congratulations, you're done with Eve. Me, I'm not done with Eve, so I'm going to go ahead and we got some campaign energy saved up, so we're going to go ahead and get some hits in here with Eve. And hopefully, well, this is not going to work because it's not bonus in this grand campaign, I don't think. No. And because she's not on side campaign, we're not going to get the double for it. So we're going to switch out of Eve because Eve was not the right character to go after, first of all. And we'll go for our next lowest hanging fruit that we will get double drops off. It's going to be Grumpy, though. Grumpy's a character that I have been using my grand campaign energy to farm, just, in my own time. But getting him done will obviously allow me to move on to someone else. You see here that I have a little bit less energy here than I had stored up, and it's just because life is what it is. And go ahead and refresh this. And he is going to be up to this. And so I don't feel like there's any use in going after getting him to 100, because you just want to make him more useful for the next time the Snow White event comes around. And so for me, he can be subbed out very easily now. And we'll bring in another dwarf for this. And this is just for this event. I will be coming back to him, of course, for other events. But for this event, he's done. We just want to make him more useful for the next time the Snow White event comes around. And so we're going to go on down. So we're going to go down here, pick out another miner. And got to see who's kind of close. Nobody's really kind of close. But the closest will be, of course. Looks like it's going to be Sleepy, so we'll bring Sleepy in to fill the spot that we just vacated using Grumpy. And we'll start working on him, but we want to finish. I want to finish Eve so that we're able to take her up, and we're able to sub somebody else in if we need to. And that was really easy. The key is not to overspend. The key is just to make them more useful. And then what I want you guys to think about is, if you're just starting out, consider you don't have to do this, but you can consider hoarding all of your energy, like all this campaign energy here and all your gems, till the next time this event comes around, which usually comes around once a month still. And it usually goes, usually goes hero tokens, usually goes tokens, then the loyalty coins, right? Isn't that what it is? Isn't that what it's called? Something like that. And what they are, if you're not familiar, is it's this right here. The grand coins. And what you do is they'll have like a double grand coins, and you can only get these grand coins by using grand campaign energy. And then what you do with the grand coins is, and I do not recommend you save up energy to get the grand campaign coins, and that's just a personal opinion of mine. If you want to save up the grand campaign coins, you can. Where you spend them is you just spend them right here, and then you open them in the grand campaign chest, because they got the same insignia, and so you get random, and you get gear, and you get a token of a random person that you may or may not meet, but personal preference. You can see that I'm sitting on almost 250,000 of these, so you just get them naturally, basically, and there's no reason to save them up. So in my opinion, what you really want to save up for in terms of saving or possibly hoarding this energy, and this is going to have to just be a decision you can make, because you can obviously stack as much as you want to just by doing these videos. It gives you another 50, and then by doing these 150 energy requests every day, you can really accumulate that. And you can obviously tell that I missed, that there were some days that I missed, or else I probably would have had more energy saved up. But it can really be beneficial. And then when this event does come around next time, whether it's for gear or tokens, and I want to tell you that you're probably gonna want to do the tokens, the fragments first, because you want to be able to have them done. And then what you can do is you can it's easy enough to gear these characters to 7, and then to get them to 8. What I would suggest you do is get them all to 60, maybe get them all to level 70, which I know is going to be a lot of work. But then after you do that, save your grand campaign energy, or save your campaign energy for the next time there's a gearing event, and then just do what we're doing here, only do it with gear. And don't try to knock out 4 characters that you need at a time, but just if your goal is to get Eve done, try to get Eve done. I mean, maybe you get her done, maybe you don't. Who knows? But we're just, Eve's done. She's now more usable in the Captain Lightyear event and in the Wally event. So now we can go and find somebody else that we can put in. Let's see how our Interstellar group is doing. They're done except for Eeyore. That was for us, Interstellar. The only person we could do is Stitch. That's a long way. I mean, we can try to do it. Maybe we'll put Stitch on. We'll see what happens. We'll put Stitch in, see what happens. So we're going to go back to our favorites here, and we're going to go for someone else. And obviously we need to get Eeyore, so he's, just the next tier up. So we're going to try to get Eeyore to the next tier. Not in the grand campaign. Don't make that in. Don't make that a. Go to the campaign event. Eeyore. Once again, all we're doing is I'm showing you, don't try to knock out a whole tune at one point. Don't try to knock out a whole tune in one event, especially if you're like where I am with this Eeyore. Just try to get him to the next level so that you're able to open that next level in the Winnie the Pooh event. So, for me, that's trying to get him to 30. And then once we're there, we're able to, and we're able to upgrade him. Then he's able to be, and then you can stick him in on your favorites for whoever you're working on when you're not doing this. And then all you gotta do is you just go into the grand campaign. So if you are saving your campaign energy, you can just come out down here to the grand campaign energy and like, hey, I got some grand campaign energy. There's no sense in holding on to this grand campaign energy. Let's do some hits and get some more Eeyore shards. So like I said, we're just trying to get people up to the next level where they're a little bit more useful. Obviously, it's easier to do when you're at lower levels. But I just made Eeyore more level. So we're going to go and we're going to try to find somebody else to put on the team. We know we're going to go look at both teams, both the Wreck-It Ralph team, and we're actually doing ourselves a disservice in this event by not just go ahead and making Vanellope be at that next level. Same with King Candy. King Candy is super close to being done now that I look at him. But, this just makes it so we can go ahead and take our swats at the Ralph event the next time it comes around. And I have a feeling both of these teams are going to be basically in the same boat. Gonna go look at the IAW team now. Who are we close on? Header. All right. So now we got our new people we're going to work on. So let's take our SWAT to them. We're gonna go for the people that are closest, and that's going to be Header. So we're going to bring Header in. We're going to go after him. And this, we're going to refresh this. I mean, there's no use to going up to 400 today, because if this were Wednesday night and you were so super close to getting somebody and you just needed to go to 400, then I would tell you to go to 400. But there's no use in this first night. In this first night, just keep it. Just make some progress. Get a couple nodes here. If you can, if you're like where I am with header now, and you're like, fortunately we just got header done, so, woohoo! That's another person we can get checked off. His header is at the next stage, so we pop an upgrade up to him. So that makes him a little bit more useful in the Alice events. Obviously, he's probably going to need to be geared for the Alice event, but he's good. Gets us a little bit closer. All it is baby steps. That's all you're trying to achieve. You're not trying to knock out everyone. And I put the White Rabbit in here when I was doing this before. But we're going to go back and look at our IEW team. And who's closer? Who's the next closest? It's Chesh. So if we can knock out Chesh. If we can knock out Chesh, we're going to knock out Chesh. But the big is you don't want to overspend the first night. You want to try to keep your refreshes of your gems in the 50 or 100 range. You don't want to go more than that. And the reason why this is viable is because, if you're playing the game, you're still earning your coins. You're still earning you're still logging in daily. You're still doing the stuff, hopefully you're still watching your ad chests and accumulating gems to do this. And, hopefully you're watching the ads so that you can, I'm not going to get here today. If we end up at 200, I'm like, no, we're not doing that today. We're going to be so close, guys. Yeah, that's 200. It's too rich today. That's too rich. So we're done with chess for today. So we obviously have the White Rabbit here, so we're going to take our shots at the White Rabbit now. And you can see here now that this is 200. We're not going to do that. So what we're going to do here is what we should have done to begin with, but I didn't. I'm not going to make you watch this video. All right, so we're back. So we're just like I said, don't overcommit. Keep your, don't overspend, and don't hoard for like a month. If you do decide to hoard these tokens, hoard for like a week. Make sure you're using, because if you hoard for a week and you do all of these refreshes and you take advantage of these 50 gem refreshes a day, don't do the 100 until you get into the event. Don't do the 200 until you get the event. Just the 50s. And hoard that up for a week. You're going to have probably, I had 500 just by doing it casually. You're probably going to end up at around 1,000 if you're more intentional about it. And then that way, all you'll have to do is pay for, use your gems to pay for the node refreshes. And you're going to have a lot less headaches in terms of energy. So keep farming who you're farming. Next week, if I had to guess, it's going to be those campaign coins. So just do that. And then the next time I see the gearing event or the token event come around, and be like, hey, this is it. Get ready to start hoarding if you're interested in that. And we'll do this. like we did this last time. But anyway, I appreciate you so much for watching this video. I know this has been 30 minutes, but I think there's some important stuff to talk about, especially if you really want to get Evil Queen and streamline your account to fast enough. Now, obviously, if you really want Evil Queen, you can go ahead and pay for this 200 gem refreshes. It's up to you, but I decided not to do it because it's day 1. So I would advise waiting till day 3, the last day, especially if you're really close. Then do the 200 gem refreshes. Do not do more than the 200 gem refreshes, because when you get into the 400, it just gets way too expensive. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the video. Tell your friends I love you. Have a good day. We'll see you later. Bye.